Welcome back to Win in the Wild for all of our one viewers out there. This is session 22.
Shout out to our thing.
Yeah. very singular.
Thanks for making this possible.
And the viewers like you.
Right.
Thank you.
It being on YouTube is more for us than for you, but thank you.
And we thank our sponsor, Modelo.
And Voodoo Ranger.
And
Lots of beer
Coca-Cola.
sponsored. Coca-Cola doesn't have any alcoholic drinks, I don't think. They probably do in some other place. Alrighty. Austin, why don't you kick us off with a little recap?
All right, Win in the Wild, session 21. The wizard disappeared with two archfey hearts in his possession, Autumn and Winter. Tharoon was helped by Jeatz. Almyre was returned to her body, along with quite a bit of favor, and instinctively ran to her brother, Almyre, who was emaciated. When he came to, it seems to have forgotten their interaction in Intrepid. Lady Airless, rife with pain, goes on to tell what all she knew of the wizard, now filled with hatred for him. This wizard is truly called
Ariazel.
Ariazel.
Yes, Ariazel.
I couldn't remember what we called him, yeah. He is a powerful wizard who can astrally project himself as a real physical presence into the wild, even moving items between the two. He spun a tale for Airless, saying if she had all four hearts, she could rival Exurbia's power. They had the Autumn Court heart. The Spring Court heart was in full swing, and the plan for the Summer Court involved kidnapping Almyre. They were given a scroll of knock by Thrain, actually, is what, or Thrain. Oh, that's a different person.
Yes, Thrain, yes, the dwarf.
Knocked by Thrain to explore the wizard's house he used as a base of operations. Almyre was surprised Allura was quick to ally herself with their rivals in the Winter Court. Almyre was proud Allura was following her convictions. Horace also pointed out the fact that a powerful fae could exist apart from their heart. The Lady Airless's connection to her heart was completely severed. Glacius continued to crash around in the distance, but it stopped by the time the party was ready to investigate the wizard's house. She left the Winter Court in utter ruins. Few structures remained intact. The party reluctantly decided to take a short rest at the cost of Vixen, Moonshimmer, and Steve the Goblet's Luck. Inside the house, they found a few things: another arcane gash, an amulet of health, and one of cold resistance, 1,000 favor, 8 potions of greater healing. Perhaps most interestingly, Almyre walked over to Ariazel's experimentation quarters, a cage with golden hair in it, an altar with smashed arcane crystals. Lastly, a soft, sandy pile folds itself into a dwarf who mindlessly assaulted the party. When killed, he returned the sand. They later found this dwarf to be Muck Deepmantle, Sean's one-shot character, a guard of the Winter Court. In the same chest, there are Almyre's undergarments. When they dumped the sand into the arcane gash, the Weave Warden appeared before them. The party was angry their DoorDash order was incorrect. They warned that the magic is rapidly seeping out of the wild, and before long the magic would fade in more obvious ways. The Weave Warden, said Ariazel's gashes served as umbilical cords for his astral projection. He could be weakened if they closed the gate nearby. The Weave Warden's time was up. The party made their way to the docks. Docks, as in Google Docs, seeing the survivors.
Oh, did they spell that?
Yes, there's DOCS. Glacius appeared in the bay once more, scaring the denizens of the court, but offered a return trip to Frostvale on her back. On this trip, Jeatz picked up from Tharoon that with the Winter Court functionally dismantled, they were given a room to sleep with a hot bath.
Did I not finish that thought?
I
didn't. I definitely didn't finish that
for reading it exactly as
Yeah, there's no period at the end of that.
I must have paused it and was thinking. So Tharoon had basically said that without a Winter Court, there was no one, putting the boot down on top of the Baron Cloak, so they were, more free to operate as they seemed fit. or as they deemed fit. Sorry.
They were given a room to sleep with a hot bath and a hot meal. They spent time getting ready. Almyre and Amir shared a sweet moment, but Amir shared a memory that their father had experimented with creating an army of sand people, that the magic required would be too great. But it's not out of the question the wizard could have cracked it, creating sentient beings from sand. The party spelled out their adventure so far to the sentinel of the Barren Cloak, Dreven, a powerful orc woman. She offered her teleportation device to the party for the next morning. The teleporter can only go one way with more than one person. That evening, Jeatz communed with Magnus and returned his heart to him, fearing the wizard might steal Magnus's heart. His fingers tingled with magic and the heart disappeared. I'd like it to be known that I am the real-life version of Ron Burgundy, and you could probably put anything in there. I would just read it like that. You, San Diego.
All right, and that's where we are now. So Magnus's heart has just disappeared, and Jeatz, you feel your fingers tingling, and you feel this power spread throughout your body. But these arcane tendrils, they reach out and touch each of you in turn, both Horace and Almyre, and you feel yourself imbued with this blessing of Magnus. So as this natural power flows over you, once per day, this is only once across the party, but once per day, one of you can channel this power and cast Guardian of Nature at a 4th level.
Nature.
So this is a druid spell that allows you, it's a bonus action as well, which allows you to alter your form, and you get different benefits depending on which form that you pick.
I'm updating the bag of holding. I'm changing Magnus's heart.
We cut to the we ended the session because you wanted to work on what that boon was going to be, correct?
Exactly. Yes.
Okay,
Precisely.
Okay. And that's what the bonus. Okay.
So yeah. So this is what this
you
is.
said we all got something, and then you're like, "There's something else, but I need to figure out what that is."
Oh, no. It was just this. So I'll read off the spell for you all. A nature spirit answers your call and transforms you into a powerful guardian. The transformation lasts until the spell ends, which is concentration up to 1 minute. Again, the casting time is a bonus action. You choose one of the following forms to assume: Primal Beast or Great Tree. So with Primal Beast, fur covers your body, your facial features become feral, and you gain the following benefits. Your walking speed increases by 10 feet. You gain dark vision out to a range of 120 feet. You make strength-based attack rolls with advantage, and your melee weapon attacks deal an extra d6 of force damage. Or your other option, the Great Tree, your skin appears barky, the leaves sprout from your hair, and you gain the following benefits. You gain 10 temporary hit points. You make Constitution saving throws with advantage. You make Dexterity and Wisdom-based attack rolls with advantage. And while you're on the ground within 15 feet of you, is difficult terrain for your enemies. So, pretty dope
Put a
spell.
link to this in the bag of holding.
Okay, cool. Thank you, Sean.
I just kind of wish Great Tree you actually just turned into a great tree, just a nice big tree.
Oh yeah, and you can't move at all.
Yeah,
Yeah,
can't do anything.
There's some spell like that, I think, where like you just become a tree that's resistant to all damage or immune to all damage, or something like that, until you choose to leave it. Okay, so you all are in the tower, kind of discussing things this evening after dinner. And I will say you do have some items to dole out. Sean, I assume that you put those in the bag of holding. There's also that scroll that Thistle gave you a long time ago that would give you proficiency in light armor. So there's a few like housekeeping items, I think, in terms of items that you guys should probably take care of before you go to sleep this evening.
We have 9 total potions of greater healing.
9, damn, that's a lot. And greater healing is
So I guess we can just do
44
3 each.
plus 8. Yeah, if you want to remove those from the bag of holding and then just add them to your personal inventories. Is that how y'all have been doing that?
I've been keeping track of my own. I've been kind of updating some people's.
Gotcha. So you're just been
and
doing
dagger
like
holding.
ongoing. Yeah. Let me.
So I'll do that, and y'all can also
Sorry, the
put on
song's
his
a
character
little
if you
loud.
want.
I'd like
Just a
to
little.
go ahead and spin the favor to copy, or whatever the hell I do in this world, the 2 scrolls I have in the bag of holding into my crystals so that I don't have to have them on scrolls.
Okay. Yeah.
Just repeat. How much is it, like 150 per?
It depends. I guess as a Chronurgy wizard, you don't get any sort of discounts based on the
No.
school of magic. So let me look that up for you.
Expeditious.
Here. Classes, wizard. Preparing casting spells. Where's learning spells? Learning spells are first level and higher. Each time you gain a wizard level, you can add 2 wizard spells of your choice. That's for free. Copying spells from a spell scroll can be copied, just as spell books can be copied. When you copy a spell from a scroll, you must succeed on an Arcana check with a DC 10 plus the spell's level. If this check succeeds, it's automatically copied. You do not have to spend any gold. However, copying from a spell book is different. But I think if you only have scrolls, then it's not. It doesn't cost you anything.
Okay, well, as long as I roll high enough here, let's see what I get. You said Arcana?
Yep, Arcana is DC 10 plus the spell's level.
So 11. So I need to roll a 4 or higher.
Sounds
That is
easy.
an 18. All right.
I thought you were about to say a 2.
Cool. Nope, right direction. Not far enough. There it is.
I never realized that copying spells from a spell book versus a spell scroll were completely different.
I didn't realize that either.
That is odd.
I guess the scroll is just kind of like ready to go. Like the material components are baked into the scroll. I
Yeah.
guess that's the in-world justification for that. Okay. So you guys also have like an amulet of health, right?
Yes.
That item.
That is with. I have that.
I
I have Amulet of Health and an Amulet of Cold Resistance.
Okay. Amulet of Health sets your con score to 19.
Can I wear both of these at the same time?
Yeah, I mean, you can attune as long as you have enough attunement slots.
Bleed out.
I mean, your party members might have something to say about that, but because you also have the boots of cold resistance.
On 19.
Yeah, sets your con score to 19.
Where to override?
Austin, do you have an argument to make as to why you should have the amulet?
Oh no, I definitely don't need all of it.
How many hit points do you have?
Who does have?
What is this?
Wait, are you talking about who should have these amulets?
I have my stuff sound turned down. Sorry, one more time.
Caleb, or Austin, what are you wanting?
How many hit points do you have?
I have 67.
67 naturally?
Yep. What do you have?
Ooh,
50.
big boy over here.
Yeah, if you want, I guess I'm. Yeah, if you want the health, you can get
Caleb,
that
what's
one.
yours? Or
I have 51.
51. I have, yeah, I'm right at 52. So, now that does, you are, more of a tank anyway. What's your con at right now, anyways, Sean?
17.
17? So, how many hit points would you be gaining? Like
7.
7?
It's only yeah.
If I gain 3, I'm at 16, so how many would I gain? 10.
19 would set you at a +4. So however many levels you have times however many you're gaining in your bonus. So
One.
it'd be 8.
Yeah.
Oh wait, do you have a +2 or a +3?
I have a +3 to con.
Ah, so you'd only also be gaining 7.
Like, why do I have a +3? Is there
I
something
have a
else?
+3 at con.
Damn. Okay.
Wow.
I gave y'all an amulet that y'all aren't even really gonna use. Well, I mean, it is helpful.
I'd get up to
but-
a plus. I would get a +5.
Yeah, I mean, I think it makes sense for Sean to have it.
Well,
or
it sets your
Okay.
con score. It sets your con score to 19. Doesn't matter what your ASIs have been.
Oh, that makes sense. My bad.
Yeah. It kind of makes your ASIs pointless if you're.
What the fuck?
I mean,
Let's see.
if I, I would probably give it to Austin, because Caleb, you have Worm's Endurance, right, where you can just shake off like
Yeah.
a considerable amount of
I think you
damage
should take it.
if you need
I
to.
think one of y'all should take it. So
Yeah, I'd be okay with Sean having it.
And then who doesn't have cold resistance?
I do not.
That'd be
All right,
Caleb.
you can have my amulet of cold resistance.
Okay. Austin, do you need it?
No, I have cold immunity.
Oh.
Because you guys fucked the worm. Thanks.
Become immune with it.
Is it amulet in here, or can I just give myself a ring?
I think it's in there. I added it. Unless I did a custom item.
It should be an amulet. Unless you don't see an amulet of cold resistance, in which case you can just make it a ring. That's fine.
No, you have to
Have-
visit a jeweler.
I typed cold resistance. So anyway, so if you decide to shoot me with a with a colt, I'm resistant. Yeah, armor.
We also have a shit ton of favor.
Armor. I'm gonna go
Wow.
ring.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine. Sean, if you want to change the amulet of cold resistance to a ring of cold resistance.
Yeah. And apparently you have to attune to it, so that's cool.
Mm-hmm. Damn, you have a lot of items.
Our bag is
And then-
full. So full.
Austin, what spells did you learn, and we can delete those scrolls out of the bag.
Oh, yeah, the expeditious retreat and blindness and deafness.
Okay, Sean,
Okay.
can you delete those?
Yep. Alrighty.
Okay.
Okay.
You all settled? It's been a while since we've done like item housekeeping. Honestly, that's the first time we've done item housekeeping, I think. So
Yeah.
How
How much favor does everybody have?
Oh boy.
I don't have much because I didn't get.
I have
given anything.
1149.
I have 118.
Okay, I have 3,000. So
Now Glacius did say for you to share amongst.
yes,
Your friends.
I
You don't have to,
1,000%
but
plan to.
okay.
Okay, we should go shopping at some point, though.
So bringing it back to D&D land instead of managing items land. You guys are all sitting in a room around a table. Amir's made some decaf coffee for everyone, and it's getting late. And Amir pipes up, and he says, "So, what are we thinking? Are we going to the Spring Court to maybe investigate the darkness, or are we thinking going to the Summer Court to perhaps go see Father?"
I think there's something more important happening with the Summer Court right now, or more immediate. I think, fucking.
And
Who the hell is the rabbit?
Bronto.
Oh my god, I blanked on that. I think Bronto should go to the Spring Court by himself and see if he can report back with what's happening there in the darkness that has been reported.
Yeah, as you say that, actually, you hear a knock on the door.
Who is it?
Who is it?
Come in.
It's me, Bronto, and I brought Tharoon. We've been talking. I'm kind of upset you excluded us from little post in a after party, but you know, hey, it's your choice. You mind if we come in?
I mean, I was kind of hoping it was our Uber Eats, but I guess that's okay.
Ever since you came down from the wizard's house, you've been
dinner.
I look around for cracks in the floor to see if our DoorDash is here.
Yeah, so Bronto walks in with Tharoon not far behind. And he says, "So I've been thinking that, Horace, I know that I promised you a life debt, but I think maybe I should go to the Spring Court. I at least owe them that much. You know, given that it's potentially, you know, my fault that whatever's happening over there is happening with the darkness and all that."
I agree. I think it'd be good to have you go, and hopefully you'll be able to report back to us if it's not too late.
Tell you what, meet me in Widdershins if you make it to the Spring Court. I'll be there when you get there. Deal?
I'll be there.
Deal. And Godspeed.
Thank you. And you see Bronto pours himself a cup of coffee and leans against the wall, just kind of sipping on it, listening in. And Tharoon walks over to you, Jeatz, and kneels down to the floor. And he says, "Dear friend, I greatly appreciate seeing your face again, but my duty now is to the Baron Cloak. We operated as mercenaries, and I was sentenced here as such, and I must live out my sentence, but I'm okay with that. Just know that whatever adventure you're on, it's your own path, and it's not something that I can join you in."
I think I put a hand on his shoulder and then pull him up from kneeling, and I'm like, I don't know why you're kneeling in front of me, and I give him a big hug.
You're sitting in a chair. I don't want to talk down to you. You're at waist level. It's kind of weird.
I stand up and I give him a big hug, and I'm like, you're always a part of my adventure, whether you want to be or not. But if you have duties you must fulfill, then I will always understand that as well. Maybe we can find a way to visit each other a little bit more, but sometimes paths have to separate. Just keep in touch, and do me a favor: check on my father for me occasionally. Make sure he's doing okay.
Oh, of course. I will ask Sentinel Drevin, pardon me, if I can go on excursions out to Nestleton to visit your father. With perhaps the entire wild at stake here, maybe we'll find each other again. I hope it's not in such dire circumstances as our entire world collapsing in on itself, but if it comes to that, just know I'll be glad to see your face.
The good news is, well, it doesn't really seem like there's good news. It probably will be under that circumstance again, but if we do what we
have I set things in motion by uttering those words? Oh no.
The strands around me start to quiver. No, but I give him a firm grab on the shoulder, and I'm like, you'll always be my brother. And I give him a big hug.
Yeah, he hugs you back, and
my eyes kind of change to gold for a minute.
There they are, those beautiful eyes. And Pascal comes out and he crawls up onto Tharoon's shoulder and gives him a smooch on his chin. and runs back over
Can
to
I
you.
do an insight check on there they are, those beautiful eyes?
Oh, absolutely. Yes, absolutely.
+4, +4. All right, this is an important insight check. That's a nat 1.
Everyone else in the room can just feel the sexual tension in that phrase, but you are just completely oblivious.
Oh yeah, no, I'm paying attention to the fact that Pascal is like I'm like, Pascal, you can't just go kissing men on the cheek.
Something has fallen in front of your camera, Caleb.
Right.
I don't know what it is, but
Oh, it's the cover to my camera.
oh, okay.
Hello.
Tharun and Bronto kind of insinuate that it's late. They just wanted to stop by for a moment, and they shuffle out of the room, giving their goodbyes. And Amir finally stands up and says, "Well, it seems that we have our decision made up. We should take a nice long rest, maybe another shower. God, I know I need one. But I shall see you all bright and early in the morning." And Amir shovels out. Is there any last things you guys wanted to discuss on your own before going to sleep?
No, I think I just want to sit down and invite Horace to a game of cards.
I'd like to study this game.
You
to see
beat
if
me
I
at
learn.
chess, I believe, last time. So
Then yeah, 3 Dragon Ante, maybe that's what it was. What's the chess game?
Yeah, three Dragon Ante, I think is the chess equivalent.
I just want to invite him to a game, I guess.
Okay, so if I recall the way we did this last time, and maybe I'm changing the rules here, we'll do a intelligence check. We'll do just a raw luck check, and we'll do a wisdom check. Does that seem fair?
okay.
That sounds great. I really need to get those stats to be better, Avery.
Oh, sorry. Hey, there's a raw luck check in there, so
Yeah.
the odds are not completely stacked against you. Okay, so we'll do the intelligence check first.
Okay.
Best
That's a
for you.
dirty 20.
That's also a dirty 20.
Ooh! All right, roll off just a raw d20.
Just a raw d20, not
Just
just
a
an
raw
intelligence
D20.
check?
Damn.
Okay, then I rolled an 18.
4.
A 4. Okay. Yeah, you both in this first round are just like eyeing each other. You can't read each other's faces, but ultimately, Jeatz, you pull it out. You called Horace's bluff, and you win the first hand. So let's take it to just a luck check. Just a raw d20.
That's a 16.
God damn it. 11.
Oh no, Horace, you have a 2 pair of the 5 cards in your. Or sorry, we're playing chess, right? Are we
Sure.
playing cards or chess? Did I?
I don't
Sorry,
know,
3
you might
Dragon
know it.
Ante
I
sounds
don't
like
know
a
what
card game. No, I think
have a dice set and a 3 Dragon Ante set in my inventory.
I think that's cards. Ante.
It is.
Yeah, Ante.
It's a card game.
Okay. Got it. So it is a card game.
Yeah.
Okay. With that said, Horace, you have 2 pair in your hand, and you're feeling really hot. But Jeatz, you have a full house, and Horace lays down his 2 pair. Jeatz, you pull out your full house, and you just beat him because I think those are like one on top of the other in terms of poker hand ranks. Okay. And let's take it to the wisdom check.
Give me 1. Okay.
Jeatz, you've already
20.
won, so this is purely for bragging rights.
22.
I got an 11.
Okay. Horace, you've already lost, but you insisted on one more game, and you pull it out with a solid 4 of a kind to Jetz's pair.
Oh,
Um,
God.
I think it's time to call it on a win.
Can I do an
getting late.
investigation check on Horace's sleeves?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Oh no.
That's it's an 8.
I got 12.
An 8. Oh, they
Fuck.
look clean. Yep. those sleeves look clean. Alrighty. Almyre, any insights from watching this game of cards?
I think I figured out how to play it. I'm confident, having never played it before, that I would be successful at it.
Next time we're playing chess.
I'm gonna take my winnings and go to bed.
All right. So you guys get a nice.
Shake my sleeves, and cards just are falling out.
Wait a minute.
So now just cheating didn't work.
One of my cards turns from a card into Pascal.
Oh god!
You're both cheating one another. That's great. Okay. So with that, you all get a nice long rest. A well-deserved long rest.
Oh boy.
And I'll say that, with a hearty meal and a hot shower, you guys also gain 5 temporary hit points. No, not a level up. Just nice little cushy 5 extra points.
Oh boy.
I need more maneuvers, Avery.
Daddy Glenn
please.
has been quite favorable.
Well, it seems some people like my 5 extra hit points, and others want to level up. So,
Wait!
Pick your battles.
I would love to level up. I will try 5 extra hit points. I think I will get 5 extra hit points from leveling up, and they'll be permanent. Can I sleep a little longer?
Yes.
Okay.
That's the trick. We just need to sleep an hour more and we level that back and go on long rest.
Oh boy. Okay. So with that, you guys take a long rest and wake up in the morning in your own time. No one's banging on your door or anything. So breakfast is set out in the great hall that you had eaten in last night. You see Sentinel Drevin is sitting at the head of the table. The Rune again is holding a carafe of wine. Amir will join you shortly, as will Bronto. And you see Admiral Chadley also sitting at this head table.
I think I just give like a Tharoon like a head nod.
Mm-hmm. And he head nods back. And when you're all in the room, eating your breakfast, having your coffee, Sentinel Drevin finally speaks up. She's, she speaks few words, but what words she does speak, she means. Why use many words when few words do trick? Sentinel Drevin speaks out to y'all and says, "So, have you decided on where you would like to use the teleporter?"
Yes, I think if you can take us to the summer court, we have to. I think we need to prepare a little bit more and get a few more answers before we go to spring.
The summer court it is. And Bronto speaks up and says, "Oh, well, actually, if it were okay with you, I would like to use a teleporter to go just outside the spring court. With the whisperings of the darkness and whatnot going on, I'd like to investigate for myself ahead of these other folks." And Drevin does a deep nod. "Yes, that will be acceptable with only one of you. We could do it very accurately, so we can take you where you'd like to go, as long as you have an understanding of the geography that you'd like to go to." And Bronto says, yeah, there's actually a Dewar outpost not far from the border, if I could go to that. They seemed friendly enough to me, so I think if we could go there." Sentinel Drevin gives another deep nod. And she says, "That will mean we have to teleport your rabbit folk friend first. Then we'll need a few moments for the teleporter to recharge, and we can take the rest of you. Whatever you see on the table, please take as provisions. Tharoon can also show you to some more dried food, should your travels take you longer. Again, I have no idea how close we can get with 4 people walking into the teleporter across the entire world, essentially. So, take what you need, especially water, going to the summer court."
Jeatz, can you open up the bag of holding and put it right against the table on the edge? If he does that, I'm gonna just get all the food and I'm gonna shovel it into the bag of holding, just like off the table. Just
You see Sentinel Drevin opens her mouth like as if to say something, closes it and just puts her head in her hand, and just kind of rubs her temples for a moment. Because like what she said was, "Take what you need." She didn't specify if plates were included in that.
I mean, we don't really have any utensils, so this is a huge help, Sentinel Dreffer. We appreciate everything, and I'm just heads down, just shoveling things in.
Yes, of course. Tarun can always carve more forks. Isn't that right, Tarun? Yes, Sentinel. You see Admiral Chadley is just like guffawing. He's just laughing his ass off. Oh, that's a good one, friends. That's what a great practical joke. But Tharoon will be carving more forks to pay for this.
And they are beautiful, Tharoon. I can't deny.
All right. So with that, Drevin will ask that you all follow her after you all finish making your preparations, and you go down a small corridor into her office, and behind a bookshelf of knickknacks, she pulls a secret lever, and it opens up into a small room with a stone teleporter. There are runes etched in this oval shape, and as she steps forward, you hear her utter a short incantation, and this teleporter leaps to life with this blue swirling energy. She turns around to Bronto, and she says, Bronto, if you could, at the best of your ability, do describe where it is you'd like to go. You hear Bronto describe the door outpost that you guys had been at a few weeks ago. With the ruins, but encampments, and there were beetles there. Sentinel Drevin, you see her eyes flash blue for a moment, and she touches, or reaches into the portal, and you see this land flash as if sort of like a video screen, and she steps back and says, okay, it's time to walk through. Bronto, confidently enough, says, yeah, that looks like where I'm going. He turns around to get one last look at you all. He says, remember, if you make your way to the Spring Court, you'll find me in Widdershins, okay? I'll see you there soon.
Stay safe, Bronto.
Tell them we said hello.
Yes, I'll try. Tell them we said hello. What are you talking about? He like starts to turn around. It's like, wait, what? What are you talking about? In Widdershins?
Yes,
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the mayor is Genevieve.
The mayor's Genevieve. Oh, wait, did old Chancellor Smith die or something? What do you mean the mayor's Genevieve?
I think we technically killed him.
You killed him.
No, we overthrew the government. It wasn't going well.
Yeah, we didn't kill him. He agreed to go off.
We just were
and
persuaded him heavily.
He actually made a heroic sacrifice for his town.
Right, Chancellor Smith made a heroic sacrifice. You're pulling my leg. That's a good one. That's a good one. I'll tell you.
Much of a choice, but there was a choice.
Also,
Okay.
if the Githyanki aren't accepted into the town and living there peacefully, I want you to raise hell and overthrow the government again.
I can do. Now, the Gith and I, yes, we very, very much get along. So, yes, if they're not there, which I would be surprised if they were, given Chancellor Smith antics. If you're telling the truth, that's fucking crazy.
That was one of the things we required. Or that was one of the reasons why he did it, and that led up to that.
I see. You omitted this
together
in your retelling of the story last night, but I guess I have to accept it as truth.
I mean, I don't really think the fact that an old crotchety man became donation to the water spirit was that important in context, but
donation. Oh my god!
We rode on beetles.
He is now one with the water, and then yes.
Okay, you're either completely joking, or you're completely honest. I can't tell which. So I'm just going to walk through this portal, make my way to Widdershins.
Would you not believe me?
Yes, I would not believe you.
From
the
like
stone?
When we fought
you know me.
Oh, from Master Mogo?
Yeah.
No. Lady Lorena, I think, took that, if I recall.
That's right. Okay.
Okay. Well, I'll meet you in Widdershins, whatever sorry state you all left it in. I'll be there when you make your way to the Spring Court.
I'd argue it's a really good state. I think I think that they have overcome racism and understood that we all should feast on the nature's bounty, and that mean people should be donated to the water.
I like to think that Sentinel Dreven is off to the side here with blue eyes, like very engaged.
She's just focusing on making sure this teleporter goes to the right place.
And is getting irate.
Yeah. But she can't break her focus. Oh my god, that's beautiful. That's absolutely beautiful.
I think we need to
look at
people should be donated to the water. That's
probably
good.
hop to it then.
Okay. Bronto says, Sentinel Dreven, I'm sorry for the hold-up. I should not ask so many questions. I just could not help myself. Goodbye, friends. I'll see you in Widdershins. And he steps through the portal, and the magic of the portal just drops very suddenly, and Sentinel Dreven just goes, bends over, hands on her knees, breathing heavily. Do you know how difficult it is to maintain a lock on a teleport? Oh, fuck, that's a fucking Australian accent. Do you know how difficult it is to maintain a lock on a teleportation location? Gods above. Ugh. You see, she just walks out of this tiny little room for a moment, just like breathing. I was focusing.
I'm not sure what any of our story sounded false. I mean, it's not that.
The entire thing sounded completely implausible, and your rabbit friend was entertaining every moment of it. Are you really all that insane? You must have left out so many details at dinner.
I think anything's possible after we just fucked a giant worm.
And I have a hard time believing even that happened. I think your entire story is embellishment. Okay.
If only I had pictures of my kids.
What?
What?
Of our ice worm kids.
Oh my god. This teleporter cannot see into the future. Oh, okay. Tell me, which of you knows best the place to teleport to? Oh, and Austin, thinking about this. Damn it. Give me a second, Austin. Let me text you.
Sorry.
No, you're good. You're good. Because I also forgot to ask.
You gave me an assignment this week, and I didn't even do it.
I took it upon myself, so give me just a second, and I will send you what I made up. Feywild campaign, location images. So, I guess to the best of your ability, and I sent it to you in Discord, so let me know if you see it.
Ooh.
Does it look beautiful?
It does. There's one addition I want to make.
Okay. I should be able to do that. It will depend on the complexity.
I would love.
You can type it to me if you'd like, or you can
Yes.
say it out loud.
Yes, I will type it to you real quick.
Okay. Excuse me, I have burped. Oh shit! You're right. You're absolutely right. I have completely forgotten about that.
It was really it was a one-off mention, over a year ago. So I don't blame you for.
Yes. Okay. How about we
do it off to the side of it if you want?
What I'm thinking is between the two large structures in the top left and top right. I'm thinking between those two, kind of flowing from the top and up. The big center thing. I I can't do that quickly. I'm not as familiar with Incarnate, which is what I used to do this. So how do we do this? How are we going to do this? Because this is different than... This is fun. Oh, I see why that might be a problem. Oh. Okay. And oh man, if masks are hard. Tell you what, why don't we take a little BRB? How about that? It's 7:30. I'll do a little BRB while I do this. Okay. And Alrighty, welcome back, folks. Okay, so where did we leave off? Right. So Drevin walks up to you all and asks, which amongst you can perhaps best describe where it is you'd like to go in the summer court?
Amir and I. Oh, sorry.
I would know it well, I feel like.
What?
Amir and I
Horace,
both
it's been so
your
long.
hand
No.
out at the same time.
Okay.
It would be us. It would be us.
Okay.
Sorry. I don't know where that came from.
Amir says, Almyre. Sorry, I almost wanted to call you Allura. I'm sorry, you've changed your name, and that's fine. I like it, but anyway, if you like, honestly, I think you probably had left home after I did, so I think perhaps you have even a more clear picture in your mind.
Yeah. Okay. It shall be me.
Okay. Sentinel
What do you require?
Drevin looks over to you, then grabs your hands and puts one hand on one of the stone pillars of the teleporter. It flashes this blue swirling energy as well as her eyes, and she speaks. She says, "Describe to me where you'd like to go."
I'd like to go to our capital, the Summer Court. It's a small-ish oasis in the middle of a desert, but what buildings we have there are tall and beautiful, made of white sandstone. Lots of palm trees. There's a river running in the northern part of the.
Northern, what's that? Do you mean uppy?
Oh yes, the
part.
uppy. Sorry, on the upper side, the uppy side of the city, and it flows uphill up to the obelisk in the center. Of the city.
With that very specific detail, you see suddenly the teleporter flashes, and you can see like sand dunes as Sentinel Drevin is kind of locked into the location. Oh yes, please go on.
Oh, yes, our palace is at the
left one. The left one is the palace. The right one is the home of the important thing.
Oh yes. The upper left of the city.
Here's what I found.
Siri, please shut
Siri,
it.
please. Beautiful blue lapis lazuli dome, with lots of towers, great fortification, and then there's our walkways are kind of like a mosaic. They almost have some great artisan many generations ago designed and had a whole team of people creating our walkways so that we would have to walk on the sand.
So as you finish that, this picture flashes from sand dunes to orbiting, kind of like from a very, very high up, like an albatross, think altitude, bird's eye view of the summer court, your home. And you can see some of the buildings down there, the marketplace, a few of the palm trees, most importantly, the river. And as Sentinel Drevin says, I've prepared the teleporter, but it seems this is as close I can get. You might be able to see it in the distance, or perhaps you would see it much closer than that, but this is as close as I can get. Prepare yourselves, if you would, lock arms. And Sentinel Drevin drops your arm, Almyre. And I'll walk through at once, if you will. And you see Sentinel Drevin focusing very intently, sweat starting to form on her face as it kind of dribbles down around her eyes.
I turn around to start telling our whole story to Admiral Chadley.
Chadley's in the doorway. He's just kind of like spinning around in the Sentinel's chair at her desk. He's like, "Oh, you want me? Yeah, yes. How can I help you?" Sentinel, yes. Go away, Chadley.
Okay. I'll grab onto Almyre.
I'll grab
All
Amir.
right. Great. You all make your way towards a teleporter, and Sentinel. Whoa, I heard myself very clearly. That was weird. Okay, no, we're good. And Sentinel Drevin says, "Remember, you can't come back." And kind of nods her head into the teleporter.
And we step.
Let's walk through.
All right, and you walk through. You all step through the teleporter one by one, and your feet are met with soft sand, and as the sunlight assaults your eyes, this is what you see. You see you all are perched on the right side of a beautiful golden orange sand dune, and as you look around, at least from where you can see now, is nothing but desert. Everyone give me a perception check.
Ooh.
And
Alright.
the wind is howling and whipping around you.
Drop that on the table.
That's a 10.
That's a 5.
17.
All right. Oh, and Amir is with you as well. So I guess I need to roll. I did assign him a stat block. I forgot what it is, so give me just a moment while I pull it up. He is
What
a
class
noble
is he?
right. Let me pull up a stat block first, and I can tell you more accurately what class
He's
might
a
best
gunslinger.
describe him. So we go to the bestiary. Nimble right. Did I spell that wrong? I think I did. Nimble right. He is more closely aligned with a rogue. If I had to give him a D&D class. The number right's technically a construct, but I'm ignoring those aspects of the stat block. It just in terms of level and his surety with dexterity kind of felt the most right with him not being super magical, if that made sense.
Yeah.
Anyway, so he also needs to make a perception check, which he has a +2 in. He gets a 13. Okay, so he's looking around, and he kind of spots something in the distance, and the person he's closest to is you, Horace, and he taps your shoulder and asks you to look off into the distance, and what you see is what looks like a low cloud, but it looks like this cloud is moving towards you very, very rapidly. Now, Almyre, give me an insight check with advantage.
Oh,
As Horace points out this moving cloud.
thank God it was advantage.
Is it like a sandstorm?
17.
It's not a sandstorm because it's kind of self-contained, if that makes sense. It's not as wide as the horizon. With a 17, Almyre, you can see about a mile away this huge moving, what looks like a sandstorm, but it's completely isolated. But you can see kind of like sparks of lightning happening in this sandstorm. And you can kind of see bits of this brown flesh. What you see moving towards you is an electric sand seal, or sand eel. So this is what they look like up close. These monstrosities that kind of create their own electricity as they move through the sand. But with you guys having teleported here, you kind of heard the crackles of your teleportation bounce off the walls here, and it seems to have attracted some unwanted attention.
Is this normal? Is this like a family pet or something?
No, but
I
certainly
hope
it
so.
is not. We should definitely hide as best we can. And I cast Mage Armor.
Okay. Excellent. So as you do that, and I'll say also with your 17, you can kind of hear something in the distance. You hear the yelps of sand seals kind of mixed in with the yelps of jackalwares behind you. So
would I have dealt with any sand seals?
Jeatz, I don't think in your backstory you would have ever ventured to the Summer Court. That's not to say you couldn't have outside of, what we discussed or what you wrote. Okay. Provide me a justification and I'll have you roll a history check. But
it was more just a, have I gone outside? Have I gone to the Summer Court at all?
Yeah, so... are there any preparations you'd like to make as this sand eel? Sand eel and sand seal. I now realize that those are very closely named.
What was the other animal? What was the other creature? The sea.
So these are the electric sand eels who kind of generate electricity, and the sand seals who are yelping in the distance that are not far away. There's also seemed to be someone else approaching from behind the dune that you cannot see.
I'm going to prepare Maximilian Earthen's. I'm going to prepare Earthen's Grasp. Okay.
All right. I will not have you all roll initiative because I did not necessarily intend for this to be combat, so we'll see what happens. So the sand eel is approaching. It's about a half mile away now, as best as you can estimate. But as that happens, you see, and I'm sorry that I don't actually know what. Haha. You see coming over the ridge are two jackalwares on two small sleds with sand seals pulling them. They kind of crest, catch a little bit of air, and the sand seals dig into the earth, and they slide around you, and they stop, and they kind of look at you.
Do I know what these are and if they're good or bad?
Okay, I will have Almyre. Almyre, you can roll me a history check, and I'll say Amir is giving you advantage on this. So you kind of figure out what your relation with the jackalwares are.
History with advantage is 21.
I forgot. I had three of these guys. Okay, with a 21, this third jackalware crests the dune, and he's kind of sitting atop it, and he says, "We have to hurry." But Almyre, you and Amir look at one another, and you think to yourself that the jackalwares outside of the Summer Court, they are scavengers, but very intelligent. They've been banished from the Summer Court proper, but that was a long, long time ago, and the reason you do not know. Honestly, it even seems that the Summer Court itself has forgotten. You've been taught to give them a wide berth, because they do still have animalistic tendencies. But in this moment, as what appears to be the leader crests this hill, he says, "There's a sand eel coming. Come on, get on the sand sleds. We'll take you to safety quick. You won't survive against one of those."
Come on. We should trust them.
Okay, I'm gonna jump on with Almyre.
Yeah. So pick one of the jackalwares to hop on with. One of them says, "Mine. I can take two. I've got the stronger sand seal." Oh, geez, so many new creature names. Okay, so hop on. We'll say whichever one Almyre you go with, your brother will go with as well. Since you're generally Eladrin. Okay.
I'll jump this.
Okay. Cool. So they turn around and start heading over the dune, and as you look over your shoulder, you can see this electric sand eel getting closer and closer. Okay, so as you're riding along, everyone give me a dexterity saving throw really quick. As you're bumping along the sand.
9. 20.
Nice.
20. Nice. Okay.
I'd like to do something once we're done the dex save.
Sure. Okay, so Horace, that's going to fail. Almyre?
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Okay. And Amir fails as well. Okay, so Amir and Horace, you fail. You guys, you hit a bump, both of you, and you're kind of like dragged along in the sand. For a brief moment, the jackalwares are more concerned about getting away from these very quick electric eels. That said, Jeatz, would you like to do something before the next beat?
Yes, I'd like to. I don't want to cast it on the sand eel. Like I don't want to do damage, but I want to cast.
He's a
Thunderclap
clip away. He's coming your way, but he's like a good quarter mile away.
Okay, I want to cast. Yeah, oh, perfect. I want to cast Thunderclap as far away from me as possible, which. I don't know what the range for me to cast it is because it's a 5-foot range of the spell, but it's somatic. Well, anyway, I want to cast Thunderclap and make a big loud sound to try to scare it off.
Okay. It's only within.
So then it can be heard within up to 100 feet away.
It can be heard within 100 feet, but the range of the spell itself is only 5 feet. Okay.
Yes.
You cast
But
Thunderclap.
That's like from a point that I cast it, right? Because it's not from me.
The range of the spell is 5 feet, so you can only cast it basically right next to you. Now the sound can be heard for 100 feet, but
Gotcha.
the damage,
Which is not a,
like,
I'm going to
Which is not a
clap
quarter
my
mile.
hands then.
okay, so you're holding on to this sled, and you risk it for the brief moment to clap your hands and just create this, which is quickly lost into the wind as quickly as you are on the sled. And with that, everyone give me another perception check.
Alright, perception.
Horace is going do this with disadvantage, if you will, since you are nearly hanging off the sled.
That was a good roll.
Sorry.
15.
No! I had like a 24 and then I got a nat 1.
Jeatz?
I got a 14.
A 4. 14, okay. So this will be enough. So, Jeatz, you see off in the distance a sled that's approaching you from the opposite direction, or I guess heading towards you. And you see a volley of arrows quickly fired from a person on this, what looks like a multi-sand seal sled. Say that 5 times fast. Fire a volley of arrows at you. So, I'm going to roll attacks on all of you. As it's a volley of arrows. I'm going to roll with advantage on those of you that failed your dexterity throws. So that would be Horace. Does a dirty 20 hit?
Yeah.
That's going to be 17 piercing damage from the arrow. Okay. You see, as you take an arrow, you see that the jackaware that's driving your sled is pierced through the neck, and he dies.
Yeah.
The sand seal is still going, but the jackaware falls off of the sled that you're on. Okay, that takes us to Jeatz. An attack roll against you. That's a 7. That's definitely going to fail.
Nice.
But the attack roll against the Jackalware is going to hit. And the Jackalware is going to take some damage, but not enough to kill it. Let's see, how does math work? Okay, that's 10 damage. Okay, so this Jackalware is hurt, but still up. So I'm going to list him as hurt. And then the lead sled with the 2 of you in it, Almyre is going to be attacked with advantage indiscriminately. Okay, that's going to hit. Almyre is going to take 3, 9, 12 damage. Almyre is okay, though. On you, Almyre, you passed your dexterity saving throw, right?
Yes.
Your dexterity to stay on. Okay, so this attack against you is going to be a 14.
Miss. Thank you, Mage
All right.
Armor.
Thank you, Mage Armor. Okay, and then against the Jackalware, it's going to hit the Jackalware. And then the damage against the Jackalware will be will be enough to kill this Jackaware. So this Jackaware arrow goes right through the center of his skull, and he is slumped over, but still kind of loosely holding on to the reins with his dead body. This electric sand eel is ever creeping closer, but as this envoy is moving towards you, you can see a little more clearly now, at least all of you, 4 sand seals pulling this pristine, this chrome sled. You see one person holding the reins and another crouched proudly right behind them, wielding a longbow and just firing off arrow after arrow. Almyre and Almyre, you would recognize this to be your cousin, Lieutenant Jahir Nahid. It seems that he was running a desert patrol at just the right time, and he pulls up very quickly to you. Now, this last Jackaware, he knocks an arrow, pulls it back very quickly, and looses it, and it just like slices right through this last Jackaware's throat.
No.
And your cousin Jahir says, "It's get on the sled. We gotta go."
Oh,
Did you know he was there?
What? Why are we getting on a different sled?
I was firing indiscriminately against the Jackawares. I did not know that you were here. Come on, get on the sled before the eel gets here.
God damn it! I look at Almyre.
What is happening? Come on.
I don't know if I want to trust a guy.
All right, I guess
We don't have to-
wherever Almyre goes because I have no idea what the fuck's going on.
We don't have
This one
to
I can
talk for this.
100% vouch for. He won't hurt us. Come on.
Yeah,
Oh,
his
really?
his
He won't
golden
hurt us.
armor.
I say with an arrow in my arm.
Right. Yeah. He goes amongst the sleds to pick you all up, and these 4 sand seals take off. You can feel the ground rumbling. The sand eel is so close to you all. Lightning is now cracking through the air, and you can hear its thunder very distinctly now. But Lieutenant Jahir kind of does like a big circle to pick all of you up, and heads off into the distance. And as you crest, these sand seals seem to be much healthier and definitely much faster than the ones with the Jackawares that you are on. He crests this hill, and you can see the summer court in the distance. And Lieutenant Jahir turns around to Almyre and says, "Oh, Prince Almyre, I didn't think I'd see you so soon, cousin. And Allura, wow, what a pleasant surprise. We've been looking for you even. But for Horace and Jeatz, he's still very much stressed out. You can tell he's not actually listening for a response. As you crest this final hill, as you approach the summer courts, this is what you all are greeted with. And actually, as you get closer, as you approach this final hill, just before you kind of go over the top edge, you can see this electric sand eel. It almost hits what seems like this kind of barrier, and it turns away. Almyre, you would know that the electric sand eels know to stay away from the summer court, or else they would face wrath from your father, Lord Anar.
I'm gonna make note that happened, and make a mental note that somehow I feel like we're gonna have to fight that sandworm at some point.
Okay. All right. Oh, yes, of course. So what you see as you crest the hill is, and I guess I'll give you this bird's eye view again using this this regional map. You guys are approaching from the bottom left corner of this map, but this is the summer court, and cresting this huge sand dune, you can see this this view from above. So I guess, Almyre, you guys are kind of in a more comfortable position. The sand sled that you're on, can easily accommodate all of you. So if you want to point out, some features of your home, or if you want to point at something and I can kind of explain what it is, be happy to.
Oh yeah, no. So yeah, as we're going through there, I am, like anybody that gets to bring their friends home. Oh look! Oh yeah, we're going through the gate. Yes. I used to spend, hours out here talking to the gods and wondering what it was like beyond our little ward out there. Oh, over to the left over there, there's a little town. That's where the poor people live.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. I used to try to sneak over there. My father always used to catch me though every time I tried. Lots of little fountains, little water in here. The water is pretty scarce in the summer quarters are whole, so we like to show off that we got it.
Yes, definitely flaunting.
I cast shape water and like pull a ball of water out and just start like dancing.
Okay,
like
you're not there yet. You're not there yet. We'll describe as you pull up into the city. So you guys are going to come up to this little shack here when we get there. But yeah, so what you see. Yeah, so Myra, you're pointing out like the sort of town area. There's a bunch of fountains. Surprisingly, there's a river in the distance, and that is pulling from the sea, not too far to the uppies. Geez, I don't even know why I decided to stick with that. Not too far, but the water flows in reverse and is kind of going up into the sky, following the point of this huge obelisk. To the left over here is the keep, which is where you lived. To the right is the temple. I don't know if you want to give that away, but we'll leave that there. But there's a marketplace as well as some gardens. So palm trees, because the soil here can support life, given the amount of water content, despite the rest of the area being desert. So as you guys pull up, Lieutenant Jahir and his squire piloting the sand seal sled. I don't know why I did that to myself. You pull up here, and he hops off, and you see a few people jump out of the building to go handle the sand seals. Lieutenant Jahir says, and you know what? Let's zoom in. Let's get some faces on this here battle map, so we can kind of put a face to a name as we're describing things. So Lieutenant Jahir is in this ornate golden armor. Honestly, Almyre, you don't even know the last time you saw his face, because he's just so proud to wear the armor of the summer court, let's say. And sorry, Sean, I had put you on there myself. What we do need is a mirror. So as you zoom in here, Jahir is like, well, now that I can hear you, and there's like little ear flaps on his armor so he can hear things, so he doesn't have to take his helmet off. Amir, what were you doing out there? And Almyre, you're back. Cousins?
Hello.
Yes, hello. Who are your friends? And why were you riding with jackalwares out in the middle of the desert? You were lucky I was on a excursion out there, just sort of like a guard mission. I heard a loud crack in the distance and decided to investigate, and all of a sudden I see Princess Allura on some jackalware sled. That should not have happened. So I'm just a little confused, especially because Prince Amir should not have also been out there. And Lieutenant Jahir, your cousin, is just like a whirlwind of emotion. He's just going insane trying to figure out what was happening.
It'd be best if we probably just went and talked to our father. It's that we came here on an important business, and we that loud crack you heard was us appearing from a transport.
Your father has been missing you. So yes, perhaps.
Sure.
Yes, perhaps we go to the palace. Yes, to go see your father, of course. Apologies, we can't take the sled. I was on patrol today, so I don't have any special accommodations. But yes, why don't we go through the town, perhaps point out a few things to your friends here? You see Jahir looks a little wary, as much as a man in a mask can look.
Yes, we vouch for all of them. They are here with us. I say all of them. There's a little green lizard sometimes comes out, so be on the lookout.
No, we love wizards in the summer court. Of course your lizard friend is welcome. Honestly, he might be more respected than you.
Oh. Oh. Some wordplay, are we?
Oh, you know how I love to jab. Well, yes, come on, friends. Yeah. The first feature you'll see is this beautiful gate, made of stone, carved from the sandstone itself out of the earth. A gift from Exurbia herself. Anyway, moving past the fountains, to show off just how much water we have, because we have lots of it here in the summer court, despite being in the desert. It does get hot out there, but, the children love to play in the fountains, and it's clean enough to drink out of, so, yes. Please.
Now I cast Shape Water.
Okay. Yeah. What do you do?
I just pull an orb out and just start using it to kind of do dancing water in the air.
Oh, beautiful. Yeah. There's some kids out, kind of playing in one of these fountains. And as you do that, they look over at you. Wow! And they rush over to you as you're playing with the water.
I think can I, I think I just do a fancy, I try to be as entertaining as possible, and then I finally spread the water in the sky to make a rainbow.
Oh, beautiful. Yeah. You see the kids are playing around, they're dancing, they're asking you to do stuff, but ultimately you explode the water and turn it into such a fine mist that you create a rainbow, and you see the kids kind of dancing in the mist as it falls down. Beautiful. And Lieutenant Jahir continues on, and he points over to the right. Oh yes, that's our market. You can find generally anything that you need over there, and just beyond it are the gardens. Beautiful to walk through, especially in the warm nights, as the stones and the sand kind of keep it warm, keep it from getting too cold. You see here is our obelisk. It channels the water from the sea up into the sky. And Jahir just kind of keeps... Well, does anything need a purpose? It simply is.
I feel like if it's going up in the sky, you might get some more rain.
Well, we don't want rain here. We like how things are.
I kind of nudge Horace, and I'm like, don't offend him.
Gosh, you can't ask people why they're right.
You just don't see this every day, guys. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Almyre, that's definitely a normal response, is that you don't need rain. You have plenty of water here in the summer court.
Yeah. There's no war
Yeah, precisely. There's no war possible.
We don't need water.
Exactly. Okay, so Jahir takes you to the front gate, and as the guards, standing guard, recognize him, and especially you, Almyre and Amir. They lower the gate and you walk in, and it takes you some time navigating, but you can tell that you are making your way to your father's study. So before that happens, is there anything you'd like to do? You don't necessarily have to say that there's something you'd like to do. I'm just saying that's where you can tell that Jahir is taking you next.
I just point out little things.
Mm-hmm.
This is where I grew up. Oh yeah, I used to run around and play over there when my father was busy, and me and Amir used to try to hide in the suits of armor over here, and play pranks on the guards. And this is our kitchens where we can, we literally could ask for anything we could ever want, and they would make it for us because they had to.
Yeah. And you see Amir, as you're putting all this stuff out, he has a huge smile on his face that you remember your childhood so fondly. And he kind of grabs your shoulder, gives you a squeeze and a hug as you're walking along. It's good to have you back, sister.
Can I do an insight check on Almyre on whether or not they actually look down on people.
That's funny.
Yeah, Austin, I'll let you play this one. Caleb, go ahead and roll it, and Austin, just
14.
play it out.
14.
Like, you didn't need a roll for that. We do.
Yeah. No, 14's probably high enough because I've never had to, keep parts of my personality close to me and not not display it. So I don't know how to hide some things.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I definitely. I'll say I don't as much as I used to. Like, probably when you first met me, I gave off real classist vibes. Real better than thou. I probably have calmed down a little bit from that, like, as I've experienced the world. But, coming back home and realizing that, like, hey, this is where I'm from, and we don't go over there because that's the other side of town. It comes out a little bit.
Okay. I'm gonna lean over to Horace and say, I think I might like Almyre more than I like this Loreaux person.
It's a whole different person than what she was earlier.
Okay, so you all approach your father's study. These huge oaken doors, 15 feet tall. Jahir stands outside them. There's an attendant waiting outside the door. Jahir does not dare touch the door himself. He leans over to the attendant and says, is it okay if we go in? And you see the attendant takes a moment. Almyre, you know that he's communicating telepathically with your father before he walks in, before the attendant opens the door. And the attendant nods back at Jahir after a moment and opens the door. And you see, as he opens his 15-foot tall door, this dome above you, this huge turquoise glass dome. His study is indeed in the top of this keep up here. Stacks on stacks on stacks of scrolls and crystals and knickknacks and different experimentations in glass bottles. It looks a mess, but Almyre, you would know to be an organized mess, knowing your father, loving his experimentations and his studies. And he is at his desk leaning over something, and as the door opens, he looks at you, and joy lights up his eyes across this massive library, we'll say.
Why are they all so good looking? I whisper to Jeatz.
Jahir overhears that, and he says, It's the genetics, I got all the bad genes. Why do you think I keep my helmet on? I'm not nearly as hot as them.
Sorry, why'd you say that?
What?
I'm just playing it off like he didn't hear it. Like I didn't say it.
Okay. But yeah, as this attendant opens the doors, your father looks at you, Almyre, and he steps around his desk and he starts to walk towards you, joy in his eyes. Oh, my darling princess, where have you been?
Father, it's good to see you.
And as he, he's watching you pretty intently, but as he's walking towards you, his eyes move from you to your brother, Almyre. And he stops walking towards you, and he pauses. Loreaux, your brother Almyre's here. Did he go out to find you? I'm confused. He was just here this morning. He didn't say he'd be back until late. And he's wearing different clothes.
I'm sorry. What did you just say?
I prepare a chaos bolt.
Princess, you see he immediately goes on guard. Daughter, I must ask you why you're back now. Your brother did not say that he would be back so soon. In fact, he said he'd be back rather late, and you've brought friends. Did you hear? Can you vouch for these people? And you see your father gets very defensive, and you see him subtly cast a protection spell over himself.
Actually, can I prepare Earthen Grasp? Because it does damage, and I can instead of Chaos Bolt.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna immediately look at Almyre and go. We knew something wasn't right. The sand thing is a little suspicious. I don't know if this is actually your brother. One of them isn't, and I'm gonna make it clear that I have like a spell like ready to go, but I'm not like aiming it at the king.
Right. Sorry, I'll name his stat block so you know what the hell to call him. Lord Anar.
Oh, it's a lord. Okay, I'm not gonna aim it at the lord. Like I make it very clear that I think I use my body to like look towards.
Yeah. And we'll use we'll use kind of the pseudo grid that's here to kind of play out what this looks like. So Jahir is going to be over here by the door. Amir is going to kind of be sheepishly in the back. So we'll use like this area, this walkway, as sort of like a stand-in for the room.
I will.
I think I was by Almyre, and I kind of turned.
Genovia, that's good. Who named? Who did that name?
That's very awesome.
Anyway,
I'm going to kind of knowing my history as I was on the Pale Guard.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to actually kind of walk closer to Lord Anar, kind of next to him, and kind of defend him.
So, Father, I've just returned.
Yes.
From the Winter Court, where I found my brother captive, and he had been there for many months.
Those are bold claims coming from you. You know the Winter Court are our greatest enemies. Why would they release him?
They didn't. I watched the Winter Court get torn asunder by an ancient
Watched
word.
Such passive language. Daughter, tell me what happened.
An ancient
if it is
word
truly you.
destroyed the Winter Court. And the Winter Court was betrayed by a deity from the material realm known as the Wizard.
Convenient truths. Daughter, to think that Glacius would wake when my daughter disappeared, and now my son has appeared twice before me.
It is true.
And
all of it.
Anar looks over to you, Horace. And what are your credentials?
These are my friends, Father.
I
This
served
is
on the Petal
Horace
Guard.
of the Petal Guard, and Jeatz of the Autumn Corps.
Yes, correct.
Quite the ragtag group of individuals you've brought together, daughter. Amir, what do you have to say about all this? You fake, or perhaps you're the real one. You see Amir sheepishly kind of walks forward into the room, and he addresses his father. Father, what Allura tells you is true. A great worm did tear the Winter Court asunder, and we do fear that there's some wizard using sentient sand creatures. I'm not sure what to make of all of this. If there is a duplicate of myself out there, he seems to have all of my memories, and I'm willing to give myself up to your custody if it makes you feel more comfortable. Lord Anar takes a moment. Yes, please.
I look back at the Lord and say, I do not mean to come across as brash or rude, but maybe before we move forward, we should test in some kind of way that this truly is a mirror. We should have done it back in the Winter Court, but it just... You always want to believe that someone is who they say they are, but those are always the people that hurt you the most.
Amir looks at you
internally, I kind of
very
laugh at myself for the irony.
concerned. What do you mean by that? Lord Anar quips out. And Amir kind of takes a step back from you as well.
I don't think we need to do anything invasive. I think a simple dispel magic or some sort of something that would differentiate him from being made of sand. Am I close enough to the so stupid use of the spell? Am I close enough to the water to try to shape water and throw it in a mirror?
Dude, there's fountains all over the place, man.
Yeah.
They're flaunting how much water they have. Absolutely. There's fountains in this
I'm gonna
fucking
use shape
study.
water and just get a form of water and throw it at a mirror.
Oh, okay, sure. Does that involve an attack roll with shape water?
It's not an attack. It's just...
Oh, you just want to throw some water at him?
Yeah, I just want to see if like getting him wet does anything.
Oh, yeah. So where do you want to direct it? He's got like, robes on, but like his face and hands and like
yeah,
feet
just
are open.
yeah, just like his face, I guess, and I'll be like, I'm so sorry if you are the real Amir, and I'm just gonna throw it at his face.
You throw water at his face and just like you slap him across the face. It's like ow, and Lord Anar goes to cast Hold Person on you.
I don't argue with it. I get it. Can I
give me a wisdom saving throw?
Okay. Fuck. It was an 18. Now it's a 6. Wait, is he doing that to try to stop me from hitting him with water, or after after you move the water and slap him with it? Then yes, I will not cast counterspell, which is why I was asking.
Okay, so you are paralyzed as this grip kind of holds you in place from Lord Anar, and his voice becomes like kind of oldish to this booming, threatening tone. Do not threaten my family. You are here under pretense of you being friends with my daughter. I do not know if the sun that stands before me is real or made of sand as Allura speaks.
I'm trying to protect your daughter. And you.
Let him go, Father.
I'm trying to protect the whole court.
He speaks the truth. And I go to cast Dispel Magic on Amir just to see.
Okay. What level are you casting that at?
3rd.
Okay. Give me an Arcana check.
That is a natural 20.
Yeah.
For a 27.
With a natural 20, as you walk over to your brother, who you assume to be real, you go to cast dispel magic. You wave it over his body. And tiny bits of stand start to fall off of him.
No.
Oh,
No. No.
I think he's
And
already
that's
dead.
where we'll end our session.
No, no.
No.
Woo!